Hey everyone, Tinman here, back with some more Teamfight Tactics. Going to be playing up in Challenger. I managed to make up that rank earlier today. I got my sweet Challenger border around my beautiful river sprite. No one else using river sprites, everyone using fancy little legends, but I'm going to stick with the OG river sprite here. I've been really enjoying the recent meta after the latest patch. Made a couple guide videos out on some of the more popular meta builds right now. The Mech Infiltrators build, which is probably the strongest build right now in the current meta, and the Void Brawlers. You can check links to those down in the description below. But yeah, so those are two of the really popular builds. We might be going for one of those. Who knows how this game will play out once we get everybody all loaded in here. Okay, sweet. I'm always looking for Sword on the opening carousel. I think that's like the best item in the current meta. Looks like a lot of other people are also looking for it, but we're going to try our best to get it. We did not get it. I guess I'll take a Rod. Rod's also pretty good. It builds into a lot of popular items, the like Morellonomicon, Rabadon's Death Cap, Ionic Spark, great early game item. So I do like Sword a little bit better because it makes GA, it makes Infinity Edge, it makes Bloodthirster, just a lot of like really powerful Giant Slayer as well. A lot of really powerful like kind of build defining items that you really need those for your carries to really pop off. But you know, Rod can be a pretty good start as well. No special galaxies this time, just a regular stock standard game. Let's see what we pick up. We pick up a gloves. Not really thrilled about jeweled gauntlets, but keep that in mind. I like sparring gloves to build into thieves gloves just because it gives you so many items, especially in a build like Cybernetics. You know, we got a couple cybers here that doesn't really care what items you have. I mean, it wants like some specific items on Aurelia, but other than that, it just kind of wants items on your Cybernetics just to trigger that that synergy to give the bonus 350 health and bonus attack damage in the early game, and then in late game, if you find Echo, to get that massive 800 health and 80 attack damage. That's a really big buff if you can get it online. That being said, Sparring Gloves probably goes best to make an Infinity Edge, which just increases the auto attack damage of whoever is wearing it by a whole hell of a lot. The bonus damage plus the crit chance plus the bonus crit damage is just an insane damage increase. Okay, no Lucian just yet to complete the Infiltrators, or sorry, not Infiltrators, the Cybernetics. I think I will pick up an Infiltrator though. Kha'Zix's always a great option, and just trying to think what else I might want here. Maybe I think Jarvan keeps me open to a better composition towards Protectors, but my items don't really go towards that just yet. Protectors want all the defensive items, the chainmails, the Giant's Belts, etc., Negatron Cloaks. Okay, well, just one here. And hey, there's two defensive items, so you know, maybe Protectors might be a thing if we get some more of those. No other Protectors though just yet. These also do make Zephyr, which I think is a great item. I think it's a lot better in the later stages of the game when you can like really lock down a key opposing carry for a long period of time. Actually, I'm going to put in Kha'Zix or Fiora. I definitely want to have Vanguards here. I'm just trying to think who does more damage. I think Kha'Zix actually does with his ult. I think. Even though Fiora has an item. Alright, we also have a Nico's Help, just to keep that in mind. We've got basically an extra copy of whatever big unit we want to get an extra copy of. Generally, I like to save that for 4 or 5 cost units. Your big carries like Jhin, Jinx, Aurelia, or if you're looking for 5 cost units as well, just to get those powered up as soon as possible. You take a loss here initially against an opponent who had a 2-star Ziggs and some Chronos. I kind of lack damage output to punch through that 2-star Ziggs, so we take an early loss here. There is the Lucian and a Leona. That is pretty huge here. We can get Cybernetics online, and let's put out our items. I'm going to throw a Giant's Belt on Lucian on the hope that we can get a red buff onto him. And I'm going to throw just the Negatron Cloak up on Leona just to keep the Sparring Gloves available to be thrown on a unit like Irelia later on. Okay, we'll also pick up the Graves to keep open to blasters. And this is a pretty strong comp right now. I'm not going to level up just to put in another blaster because I didn't win the first round and I don't quite have that much gold. I don't want to sell off like my whole bench to do that. But we are looking at a pretty decent Cybernetics start. The beautiful thing about Cybernetics is that it can really build into so many things because oftentimes you're not combining items with Cybers, you're just putting components out there, and it offers a lot of early power. And then if you get to the point where you're like, alright, I just want to sell off these Cybers because they're not what you want to be doing, you still have all those components that are uncombined and you can combine them later. And it's just so powerful in the early game, you're probably going to be on a good win streak. Okay, so we naturally level up here. I'll throw in the Graves to get the Blaster bonus with Lucian, and I'll pick up a pair of Darius. He is, a great one if we do go up to level 5 to throw in along with Graves. We could have also gone for Vanguards, but I think we're pretty tanky up front thanks to the bonus health on Fiora and Leona here with the Cybernetics, so we just want a bit more damage in the backline. I'm actually going to move Graves a little bit further back. I know he's melee, but I don't want my Lucian to get hooked by any kind of stray blitzcrank going around. I didn't scout out everybody here since we've been talking so much, but oftentimes I would scout out and see exactly how many blitzcranks there are. That being said, it looks like we get a nice win here. We go, lose, win-win, so we at least take a small win streak into this first carousel. Really looking for Sword. BF Sword is going to be so good to get that IE, which is great on Irelia if we do end up going towards Cybernetics. Otherwise, I'm looking for Chainmail to put on Lucian for a red buff, or even something like a recurve bow to get half of like a Giant Slayer, which is great with blasters. There's a Lucian with a recurve bow. I'm going to be third set of picks, unfortunately, so I bet this sword's gone by then, but we'll see. Yeah, obviously. Okay, oh, there's another sword. I didn't even notice there was another sword. Sweet. I'm going to take that. Not quite as great because it's on a 1-cost unit, so I only get 1 gold out of the deal. But I also didn't want to pick the Lucian because I might have, if I find another one, I'd have to combine it and it would make a very bad, what would that make? ZZ Rot Portal? Yeah, that wouldn't be great on Lucian. So we're going to take a slightly less gold just to get this BF sword. So now we've got an Infinity Edge sitting and waiting as soon as we can grab an Irelia. Oh my gosh, look at all this. We got a Darius 2-star, so I'm going to throw him in. I don't need this Jarvan. I kind of want to level up. I don't think I need Kazakhs. I don't think we're going that direction. So I'm actually just going to level and throw in Darius here. I'm going to give him the Infinity Edge because I know I'm going to want an Infinity Edge in this build. No matter how you slice it here. And I guess I can sell off this to grab the extra Graves. Yeah, this worked pretty well. So hopefully we can grab a couple extra gold with Darius doing his Duncan. This should be pretty darn good. I could have gone for extra Jarvans or Kazakhs, but I think we're just going towards this like a Cybernetics build into an Irelia carry. I think that's kind of where we're going because we got the good Irelia item. We already have the Cybers. We have a Mana Reaver, so as soon as we get that Irelia, she's going to be really strong until we eventually probably move away from the Darius and into Thresh in the late game to give us Chronos. And maybe pick up another Chrono along the way if I feel the need. There's a Jhin, actually. Jhin is insanely good with IE. So I haven't really committed hard to this Cybernetics build, just, we picked up the Darius. I mean, I want an IE anyway. I would love to pick up a Jhin, although I am quite conscious that I do need interest. I do need gold. And I'm not there, so I could sell off for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would need to get some gold from the dunks here from Darius. Hopefully we can get a gold or 2, and then we can sell off to get up to 10 on this turn. It looks like we're probably going to win this round. Just our opponent has 4 units, we got 5. Hopefully Darius can be the one to take down some kills. Give me a few extra gold. Oh no, they had a GA! That's unfortunate. I do get 1 there. Is that enough? Yes, that's enough. Okay. We had to sell off the Poppy, which I do like Poppy if we're going to play Jhin, like a Jhin Vanguard kind of thing. But, interest at this point is king over that. Okay, gonna move a little bit over to this side to kill off the Terra Busters here. Just for sake of winning this round, we'll throw in the Jhin. And, I also have the Nico's help, so I basically have a 2-star Jhin as soon as I find one more. So I'm already pretty close to that. I might even sell off... this Fiora. If I think I'm going to be going towards a Jhin comp. Depends on what items we get here. If I need to grab interest, that is. Another... yeah, I'm going to sell off this Fiora because I've got a Runon's Hurricane. So Runon's Hurricane plus an IE, 2 insane Jhin items, and then we've got half of the GA, which was like the perfect 3 Jhin items would be Runon's, IE, and GA. So he does a lot of AoE damage, and he's tanky, and it's just all around good stuff. That being said, isn't quite going just yet. I'm not going to sell off the Darius to get him in there with the IE just yet. Not until we get him to 2-star, not until we get more stuff. I want to buy a lot of stuff in this pack, so I don't think we're going to get up to 20 or to 30 gold of interest again. Not the worst. I mean, we are a bit behind on gold, but hopefully a few extra gold from Darius Dunks and our win streak kind of makes up for some of that. I could make a red buff if I thought we were going to go more towards a blaster style comp, but I think with this early Jhin plus the IE, it just seems like blaster is going to be more relevant. I'll also pick up a Leona here, just in case I need to replace this 2-star Leona to free up the Negatron cloak to go out on somebody else. If we need to do that, then I'll just have, you know, hopefully progress towards an extra one on the bench here. Did Darius just not dunk? I feel like he dunked, but it like missed. Yeah, he didn't do any magic damage. Oh, that was weird. I saw the dunk animation and then it just like didn't happen. No damage went out. So I'm not sure entirely what that interaction was, whether it was because he was like displaced by Vi or something. I'm not sure. But, you know, regardless. You'll see an Ashe here. If you want to grab, you know, snipers, we could just make like a little bit of a pivot over into snipers right now. I don't think that's what I want to do. I'm just scouting out my items here. Actually, I could just make an Ionic Spark. I guess I probably should have made that last round if I wanted to keep on winning. And then eventually we'd sell off this Leona to free up the Negatron for the Runons. I probably could do that. But since I don't have a win streak, it's not the highest priority for me. I'm just going to get 1 bonus gold here. Not enough to buy the Ashe if I want to keep interest. And since my gold is kind of low, yeah, I'll just hold off on the Ashe. Eventually I do want Ashe, but I think she'll be common enough later on in the game. I haven't really scouted out too many of our opponents here. There's like one person looking at snipers. That's kind of it. Maybe this one's looking at vanguards, so shouldn't be too bad. We already have the Jhin. Normally I would have like leveled up by now, but since it's been an ongoing theme that we've been kind of short on gold, been a little concerned about like spending the excess gold to try to level up quickly, since a lot of other people are up to, you know, 50 gold and we're still at 40 and just barely at that. Yeah, I feel like I probably should have made an Ionic Spark before we lost our win streak, but oh well. I guess I forgot that we had that still available. I think we still get this win, right? Graves. Yes. Bonus gold. I guess I'll pick up a Blitzcrank. Okay, coming up on a creep round, or the carousel. I still want a sword. Still want a sword to make that GA, and we have perfect Jhin items. If not, another crit gloves would be okay, because that could change from a Runon's over to a Last Whisper, which would also be nice, but it looks like we will get the sword for that GA. Perfect. Okay, just gonna scout back here. So I'm gonna level up to 6, and I think we just throw in the Jhin. And what else? If I just sell off the Darius, I can just like load up the Jhin. And then I guess I just throw in like a Poppy or a Mordekaiser just to give my front line a little bit more tankiness with the Vanguards. Something like that. Sounds about right. I mean, I don't want to sell off the Darius, but, you know, we got to get these insane items over on Jhin. And I got a Vi. I mean, she doesn't actually have an item. So, nah, I think I'll put in the Vanguards. Actually, I may even sell off some of these Cybernetics if I really think we're going to go towards a Vanguard frontline. Oh crap, there's still Blitzcranks out there. Normally we have a Karma to protect, so we are definitely going to lose this round. Our opponent's got a Syndra with a Rabadon, Seraphs, and Quicksilver. That's actually pretty good. I mean, it's, you know, it's not that scary right now when she's just a 1-star, but later on she's going to hurt pretty hard. So you do take a loss here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we can sell up to 50 gold there. Perfect. Pick up the Ash. Okay, so I can put an Ash. We can cut these blasters. I'm going to make sure just like Lucian's further back. Then Jhin. Actually, maybe just Ash even. I guess it doesn't really matter. Just to like make sure that, you know, Jhin doesn't get hooked like that again. And I think I just focus on leveling up a bit more. I do, you know, want to get that one more Jhin, so I'm like halfway tempted to re-roll. Just like halfway. Because if I hit one Jhin, then I'm in business. But we're not defending a huge win streak. Our life total's not that critical. You know, we're not down even below 70, even though we're kind of middle of the pack in terms of overall health. I'm not that concerned about the health total situation. You know, we're not like this player down here 38 or 49. So I'm not really under any pressure at the moment. We can wait till this creep round and then level up to 7 on 4.1. I'm just buying extra units to kind of clear them out of the pool and maybe increase the odds of finding the units that we do want. There's an Aurelia. I mean, that's just like better than Lucian, right? In pretty much every way. Especially without the blasters. I'll just give her, you know, any old item. I guess I can wait. It's the infiltrators. Don't need to worry about items this exact moment. I'm just going to pump in my gold to level. See what items we get. A rod for a Morello. Morello's actually really strong on like on Mordekaiser. Would mean I don't actually have an item on Aurelia, but kind of okay with that. I'm going to level here, get Mana Reavers, I guess. I'm still going to make a Morello over here. Yeah, it means we don't have an item on Aurelia, but it's not the worst thing that could happen. Or actually, hang on. We can just go up to 4 Vanguards here, right? Yes, that seems much better. So we do want to replace this Fiora, since we don't have Cybernetics anymore and she's not really doing much. Ideally, we replace it with a Karma. That'll give us a 3rd Dark Star and also give Jhin a little bit of a buff. That's generally how this build goes. And if we can find a Wukong, we can put in a Wukong over this Poppy, who's, you know, not doing too terribly much for us. Or if we want to replace the Fiora, or sorry, the Leona. But I actually kind of like the idea of getting Ionic Spark maybe on the Mordekaiser as well. Oh, I thought I forgot to buy the Jace initially from the last pack, but we didn't. I'm actually going to reroll a little bit here because we are so close to a bunch of upgrades. I find a lot more pairs, but I'm still going to keep rolling a little bit down even below 50 because we're on a win streak and I'd like to keep it going. And like I said, we are close to, there we go, close to Jhin, 2-star, and everything else. So we still keep at least 40 gold here. So that's totally fine. Up against some big protectors here. They got 3 stars. Against protectors, if you know that like protectors are going to be a big threat, and like maybe if I'd scouted a little bit better, would have known that. Maybe we could have tried to get instead of that Runons, we could have tried to get a Last Whisper that can shred all their massive amount of armor. If they get like Bramble Vest, for instance. Until they get Bramble Vest, I think we're still winning. But once they get Bramble Vest, it's going to be an uphill battle. Which is unfortunate because they are still ahead of us in terms of life total. So they're probably still going to be sticking around into the later stages of the game. So that's going to be problematic later on. I'm just, you know, this is totally foreshadowing that if they get a Chainmail to complete this Bramble Vest on Jhin, we could be in trouble against them without a good answer to that. I'm actually going to throw in another Ash here, sell this off. I'm going to make an Ionic Spark just right now because we are still on a win streak and I said a while ago I wanted to make that. and just get that out there. Why did I put Ashe in the front line? That was stupid. Oh well. Obviously she was supposed to go in the back left corner, but I just did a straight swap and forgot to adjust position. So, whatever. Okay, still with a 1-star Mordekaiser is not nearly tanky enough. Opponent has some really strong Xayah items. And normally it's very rare to see like a Xayah carry like that, but you know, with the new meta of the new patch, it's still kind of being explored, and maybe that's something to keep an eye out for. Okay, in terms of items, I guess I'm looking to like load up either Jace or Mordekaiser here, or maybe Ashe. I don't really have any like spare components, so I've got no real thing to look towards. So just like, you know, a sword to make like a Spear of Shojin. So that one's gone, or a chainmail to make my own Bramble Vest or something on the Mordekaiser. Of course, I'm last pick somehow because I'm tied for 2nd place. All right, we'll just pick the sword then. Hopefully we can get a Spear of Shojin on Ashe, because we've got, you know, a little bit of progress towards 3-star on her. I'm going to quickly scout around everybody to see one other Jhin player. I guess I... Oh, that's... Oh my. 2 3-stars on Shaco and Kaisa. That's going to be scary. Alright. That being said, really just looking for, I guess, a Dark Star. I mean, ideally it's Karma, just because it can buff up the Jhin, but in the meantime, I still want to reroll a little bit. Like I said, I still have a couple of upgrades to still find. We do find the Karma, so now ideally to complete this build, we're looking to pick up a Lulu. That'll give us the Mystic and the Celestial bonus, and also give a little bit of CC, a little bit more protection for the Jhin in the back line, to be able to polymorph up whoever, you know, jumps in the back. My opponent has a similar style build they're going for. Hopefully we can eliminate them soon, and then free up a lot of the units that they're using to get back to us. We've been seeing a lot of Aurelias, which is a little a shame because we could have gone for an Aurelia style build, but opted into Jhin because we got the Jhin early. That being said, I don't have too many things I could find really in an upgrade right now. Now that we got the Karma. I mean, I'm still looking for the Mordekaiser and Wukong, but I think it probably just makes sense to preserve my gold and just pump up levels here, and then we'll see what we can do with this BF sword after the Arc Raptors. This is an interesting build I've seen played a little bit here by some people. It's a 6 Blade Master, runs a Yasuo carry, you know, tries to get him up to 3-star. That being said, I think we beat this. Well, I mean, we beat the Yasuo, but then the Kayle, a secondary carry, also does quite a bit. So that's an impressive build. I guess it's actually only 3. Oh no, it says 6 Blade Masters. Am I bad at counting? Oh, do they have a... Oh, okay, they had a Blade of the Ruin King. That's what it was. Okay. I'm about to say, they have a Misfortune. How do they have 6 Blade Masters? Blade of the Ruin King. That'll do it. So that's an interesting build. It's basically reroll at 6. Might have to, you know, scout this out a little bit more, because I've been seeing multiple people do this, and I'm very curious to see if this actually becomes like a really popular and strong meta build, since it did get buffed to this latest patch. Can pick up this extra Poppy just on the off chance that we want to replace this Leona. Oh my god, we got so much gold. I really wanted like another item for my BF sword. Instead I got like 30 gold. I mean, that's not horrible. That lets me level up and reroll here a bit. Definitely gonna go for 3-star Jhin. Absolutely will do that. I am gonna reroll, you know, a decent bit here. Alright, maybe not with Poppy. Oh, I guess I could have just thrown somebody on board. I don't know. I guess I'm really looking for the Mordekaiser, because I want to like load up the Mordekaiser if we can get him upgraded, because he can be a real legit carry with, you know, a couple of Dark Stars sitting around. You know, in the later stage of the fight, he's got the big shield. We're going to give him an Ionic Spark, hopefully by selling off the Leona and swapping it to something else. That's the idea, at least. I think we still win this, right? Yes. Okay. I'm going to pick up just these extra 4-cost units just to thin out the pool ever so slightly. Triple Jinx, not quite what we need. Neither is Misfortune. Just going to reroll here. There's the Mordecai, so there's an Ashe. Another Ashe probably better than the Jhin, right? We already have Karma 2-star. I don't think Karma 3-star really makes a lot of sense. Where's my Lulu? Oh, I missed a Jace. Alright, well, we got another Jhin 2-star. Jace 3-star was a pretty long shot anyway. I guess I should just throw the sword out on just like the Ashe, I guess. Let's make the most sense on her since we're getting her close to 3-star. And we're not going to get any more components pretty much for the rest of the game. If we do, it'll be on like the round 6 carousel, which is like half completed items and half components. Seems unlikely that that's going to be important. And even if we get something like Thieves' Gloves, which is the only other thing I'm thinking about, we can just put that on the Ashe that's on the bench, and then when they combine, it'll pop off. The BF sword, rather, should pop off. Okay, so we got another 2-star Vanguard here. Let's put this Ionic Spark over on Mordekaiser now that he's up to 2-star. And I still honestly just want to keep on rerolling because we are... actually like Leona better than I like Poppy. We are getting close to this Jhin 3-star, which would be so insane. I know that we still have a lot of life total, but I'm not one to really like kind of sit back and be passive in this stage of the game. I should have put in Jhin over Ashe. That was wrong. Oh well. I'm kind of of the opinion, you know, the whole goal of the game is to eliminate your opponents. So just because I'm like ahead and like can afford to take a loss, I'm not gonna like give my opponent the chance to beat me. I say that as we still lose because Kale apparently is pretty darn strong, and we weren't really that far ahead. Okay, so there is the Thieves' Gloves if we could possibly get it. There's also like Giant Slayers, which are good damage items. There's Trap Claws. There's Ginsu's Rage Blade. I'm just looking for an item for Ashe because these are all like damage items. Yeah, I'll actually take this Thieves' Gloves, I guess. Oh, I guess I took this. I wanted to take Thieves' Gloves. I took Giant Slayer because I'm bad at micro. It's not a game that has too much micro in it, but apparently there's enough. Messes me up. I was like literally just like watching to see where this person was going to go for the Thieves' Gloves, and I fat fingered it. I mean, this item's not bad. It really isn't. Actually, it has faster attack speed. Jhin actually has faster attack speed. I'm going to throw this on the secondary copy of Jhin here. And I don't think it's actually possible we can get any upgrade this turn. Maybe I should have waited. Since we're not close to any upgrade actually right now, I guess I can probably wait. Okay, they don't have a real Bramble Vest. They have a fake Bramble Vest on Jarvan, which is a little unfortunate. But as long as it's not on the Xin Zhao, I think we can beat this. The Xin Zhao's the real scary one. I mean, actually, Rakan's really scary with all his items. Okay, I don't think we can beat this. Well, because our big power Jhin was hitting the Bramble Vest Jarvan. So like a lot of our damage output was very much nullified by that Bramble Vest. Got lucky with the Thieves' Gloves there. So yeah, this is why I was kind of continuously rerolling, because I know we are kind of weak. And, well, at least we've probably locked in top 4. 3 people somehow got eliminated, and there's still, you know, it's kind of top heavy in this lobby. It's not very close. The other people still have 50, 30 life, and like win streaks. And if I'm being honest, I'm not feeling too great about our chances of getting first place here. I'm still looking for that Lulu. But, you know, if we just end up with double Jhin until we eventually get him to 3-star, if we ever get him to 3-star, then I guess that's alright. Unfortunately, I'm going to take another loss here because, once again, Bramble Vest. Hard counter to crit-focused Jhin. And also, Jhin comms are just kind of naturally weak to infiltrators. Just because, you know, the infiltrators are going to be jumping on your backline and blowing it up real quick. So, well, there's the Lulu. I'm looking at these units, the Jace and the Ashe, and I'm looking at my life total, and I'm thinking, I don't really have a lot of life total to work with. I pretty much have one more fight left in me. And I'd really like to get Jhin 3-star. I think that would be the most important thing. And I'm really far away from Jace and Ashe 3-star. And with a 3-star Jhin, I can put in the Lulu and still keep the powerful Jhin. So I'm just going to sell these guys off and hope for the best here. Get a Static Shiv. I don't know. Slap that on the Ashe. Let's buy all the 4-cost units to increase the odds of the Jhin. If I don't get it here, yeah, I'm not going to get it. I think the game plan's actually sell off the Jhin then. And we just stack up the Ashe. I think this is my best shot because I'm basically down to just 1 life left. And so like if I can just win one more round, we can lock in top 4. I don't think we're going to win this one round because this Blade Master build, oof, that is a rough fight there. Unfortunately, taking down 5th place. Yeah, I mean, we had really good Jhin items, but like, man, these other comps really well developed at this point in the game. You know, the massive 3-star infiltrators we couldn't beat. I think we lost mainly because the Jarvan randomly got the Bramble Vest. Otherwise, we would have punched through them a little bit quicker. But even so, they got a little unlucky to not find a Bramble Vest. And the 1 health Yasuo carry. This basically just like gets the 1-shot the Jhin when he casts his ult on it. So a little bit of some bad matchups I think remaining here. Maybe this like Jhin Sniper build, maybe not quite as strong as I'd like it to be in the current meta. It seems like on paper it should be strong, but it does suffer a little bit against some of these other popular comps that are out there. So a little unfortunate we got that far and still got 5th place, but you know, I think it's a good learning experience to take away that maybe Jhin Snipers have some troubling matchups in the current meta, but I'm very excited to see how some of those Blade Master builds end up working out, because it seems like they are ticking up in popularity in this latest patch. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.